Good morning, everyone. This is Rafegal, and today we are starting a new game. This is going to start out as a weekend game, and I think it's going to go long enough that we're going to transition it into our weekday game next month, once we finish Grind. This is a really good JRPG that's been on my list for a long time that I just haven't gotten around to. Phantasy Star 4. Phantasy Star 4 is one of the, if not the premier RPG for the Genesis. There were not a lot of options compared to the Super Nintendo. I can think of a couple others. I think there was like was it Dragon View? And then, which is more of an action RPG. And like, oh, and then Shining Force is a tactical RPG. So, this is really top-notch. Some really interesting ways to do gameplay mechanics as far as the battles go. It has a macro system that's a little bit different. It's got some awesome music, obviously. And the storyline it does a really good job of telling the story. You saw like some of the comic panels and stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it here. Chaz, we have work to do. Hurry up and get ready. This is your first job since you joined the Hunters Guild. You better put your heart into it. So I'm not a trainee anymore. From this day on, you're a full-fledged partner. Now come on, let's go. So we meet our protagonists, Chaz and Alice. It's a bit far. We're going to the Motavia Academy in the town of Piata. We're going to the town of learning. I wonder what's happening there. Who knows? The message just said come. We'll get the details once we're there. Now, the translation on this isn't always the top, or isn't always the best, but it is what it is. Since we're going to be there anyway, I'd sure like to tour the academy. Is that all you can think about? Get moving or I'll leave you behind. AW2284. Monster attacks have swelled the ranks of those who call themselves hunters. But as the attacks become ever more frequent and powerful, an elite few begin to wonder what is behind this outbreak. When and how will it all end? So yeah, we have our two characters. Oops, I wandered around. I've got separated from Alice. I've got to find her. And it does a good job. Alice has been leading, but we actually immediately get control of Chaz here the first time we get control. Chaz, where have you been? Come on, let's go. But we have to see the principal and get the details about this commission. And then it switches back over to Alice. I like this as a very subtle, like, Alice is in charge of the party, but Chaz is our protagonist. And once again, we get right into these awesome comic panel style storytelling, which this particular feature of the game is one of the things that I think makes it really special. Welcome. I'm the principal of this academy. Let's see, you must be Alice the Hunter. And you're her assistant, Chaz? Forgive me, but Chaz is a full-fledged partner of mine. Now, let's get down to business. Describe the situation. About a month ago, mysterious monsters started to appear within this academy. It appears they have made the basement their headquarters. I've since closed it off. So far, no one's been hurt, but who knows when they'll appear again. Please, I beg you to destroy all of those creatures. I'd like you to settle this matter discreetly. I'm counting on your reputation, Alice. No problem. You can rely on us. Although it's strange that all these monsters suddenly appeared in this academy. Usually monsters don't come into inhabited areas. Do you have any idea how this happened? How would I know? Stop asking questions. Just hurry and exterminate the monsters. Don't forget, I'm paying you dearly for your services. Nothing shady there. Something smells fishy here. That principal was hiding something. Maybe he's afraid of the monsters? I think there's more to it than that. Things are starting to get interesting. Are you a hunter? Are you here to exterminate the monsters? About a month ago, monsters began to appear in the basement. I'm so frightened I can't even think about my research. Wow, hey gorgeous, why don't you go out with me instead of that kid? Buzz off. Here at Motavia Academy, we search for the truth of the universe. This is the largest research facility on the planet. What do you think? Isn't it grand? Looks like an interesting place, doesn't it, Alice? Really? Doesn't interest me one bit. Okay. What? You're the hunters? Really? You don't think we could do the job? No, not at all. I didn't mean that. Since we have the principal's permission, let us pass. Wait, take me with you. My name is Han. I'm an assistant at this academy. I work for Professor Holt, who has gone to investigate Birth Valley for his research. We haven't heard from him since. I'm searching for the professor's whereabouts. Birth Valley? That's that mysterious place that has been called the Sacred Valley of Light. What's the connection between the valley and this current monster scare? After the investigation team, led by the professor, was reported missing, the principal barred everyone from entering Birth Valley. We're trying to get information, but it keeps evading the issue. Then this monster scare begins? I'll bet anything there's some sort of connection. Well, it's true that there's something fishy about the principal's behavior. Given the circumstances, I feel compelled to investigate the basement myself. But come to think of it, it's a bit dangerous. You were just waiting for us to arrive? Ah, yes, you catch on quick. 100 Meseta. What? We'll take you with us for 100 Meseta. I hope you weren't thinking of asking to tag along with us for free. I can't get that kind of money from the principal. That's not my problem. What are you gonna do? Okay, I'll pay. Okay, so... Oh. There we go. So, techs are, I believe, the spells, basically. And Chaz and Han both have basic healing. And nobody's got any skills currently, but those are unique attacks that have a set amount. So, one of the interesting things about this game once again, we're using this, the macro just to keep everything moving quick. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Apparently it remembers where you were on the menu. Using the macro because we're gonna just be attacking anyway. I love how Han makes a big deal out of, oh, I don't know where I'll ever find 100 Meseta, and then you immediately find 100 Meseta just laying in a chest in the basement. Also worth noting, Alice is level 7 starting out, whereas the other characters are not. And this is one of the things I love about some of the games like this is there's a really good, I guess, balance here. Where they do use game mechanics like the fact that Alice is level 7 to really help with things like characterization and storytelling of we're gonna get another character later who's like significantly higher level than the other characters, and they still do a good job of making the game. It's not like those characters break the game. It's the same way that like Fire Emblem does it with Jagan characters, where you have a character with you who's more powerful, but it doesn't actually break the game. What's this? I'm gonna do that a lot, apparently. Okay. Iglanova. Oh. We do have other options for this. That's annoying. Okay. So I think what we want to do here is still do basically just physical attacks across the board. Alice should be able to finish off the little side enemies in 2 hits. So we want Han and Chaz to focus on the big guy. The big guy won't do any actual attacks as long as we keep removing 1 enemy every time. It'll just keep using fission. There we go. We did it! Chaz, you need more practice. Your swing is too slow. What? But we destroyed the monster. With my help. Now, Han, come over here. What are these glass containers for? These... Are you by any chance breeding monsters here? If that's the case, this monster business is no mystery after all. I don't know anything. This is the first time I've been in this room. I've only just learned that such a thing exists. It's the truth. I believe you. For now. Principal must know something about these containers. He must also know the connection between this and the disappearance of Professor Holt. Let's go see the principal again. Hey, don't leave me here. What's wrong? You seem upset. Were you able to defeat those monsters? Yes, but there's something I want to ask you about. What? Is it just my imagination that I saw some strange things in the basement? Ah, stop beating around the bush. Someone keeping information from me is like the 6th most dangerous thing in the world. Alright already, I'll tell you what I know. You are aware of the recent outbreak of a new breed of monster. Oh yes, thanks to the outbreak, I'm not hurting for work. 3 months ago, Holt identified Birth Valley as the origin of the outbreak, so he went to investigate. He says he discovered the remains of an ancient and advanced civilization. The investigation team brought back the monster breeding capsules and immediately set forth on their second investigative mission, but not one of them came back. Yes, that's right, Han. Despite all this, you didn't send out for a rescue team and banned entry to Birth Valley. No, I was trying to send out for a rescue team, but something happened. At that moment, a man who called himself Zio appeared before my eyes. Zio, I've heard of him, that fake magician. Ah, my dear principal of Motavia Academy, how are you doing? Who are you? My name is Zio, the black magician. Do not intrude on Birth Valley. What do you mean? In the future, if you ever let anyone set foot in Birth Valley, let me make something very clear. There is no need for you to go to Birth Valley. It's related to the research team. So that's why the Birth Valley situation wasn't announced, and why you tried to keep a lid on the monster situation. But what is all this about? Remains of an ancient advanced civilization in Zio? Seems like these are signs of something to come. I need to help the professor. I'm going down to Birth Valley. Hey Han, this is egg-laying season for sandworms, so be careful. Alice? We'll tag along for 300 Meseta, plus expenses. Deal! Birth Valley is to the northeast, let's hurry. I absolutely love Alice. The characterization there, she is very much the... There's a specific archetype in a lot of 90s anime. The one that always comes to mind for me is, she reminds me a lot of Lena Inverse from Slayers, that very much is in this kind of same category. Okay, tool store, this is just healing items. I'm not seeing any, like, weapon shop or anything here. But we've been told to go to the northeast, so let's go ahead. Same sprites for Overworld Town, and I love the fact that the battle has the... See, he has 209, yeah. I'm going to need to... I'm gonna need to make myself a cheat sheet, I think, because one of the biggest problems with this game... Oh, wow. We're... one of the... I have no idea what most of the spells and skills do offhand. And it's not... Excuse me. Not intuitive. Let's grab a couple monomates, which I'm assuming must just be potions. So Mile is the... It's kind of like on the way. And I think the first thing we're gonna do here is check equipment. I keep pushing the wrong button. We'll get there. No equipable items. Alice has leather crown, boomerang, leather cloth, leather helm, hunter knife, leather cloth. Okay. So we want 2 slashers for Alice. Steel sword. I'm trying to remember exactly how this works, so before I get too deep here, we're gonna... So you can equip any character with 2 weapons. Steel sword's a 2-handed. Okay. That's what I thought. And then we can use double hunting knives on Han. This is the village of Mile, and this is our newly built sandworm ranch. Don't you think it's great? I think it'll attract a lot of tourists. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. There we go. And Han learned Watt, which honestly we may be... Actually, I'm gonna head back here quick because I think with Watt we may actually no longer be attacking with Han as much. In which case we want to be more defensive, so we'll go ahead and do that. We're gonna basically go buy an extra shield here. So if you are in a situation where you're not going to be using physical attacks, like if you have a character who's mostly going to be using magic or healing, which Han is very much in that camp. As long as we've got the MP for it, it feels like a much better choice. So if we're just going to be using Watt, we actually want to have double shields equipped instead of double daggers. Now, we make our way back across to Birth Valley. So oh, one of the other things worth noting here is that you can actually set the order with this. So normally it goes based on the character's speed. So I gave myself 3 options. I don't want to use MP unless I am in a situation where I feel like it's going to contribute, so I gave myself an option where Han defends, an option where Han uses his spell, and an option where we're using Vortex and Watt. Okay. They've been turned into stone. We see the same monsters that we saw before. Carbon shield. Probably missed a treasure chest there. Judging by the fact that there was a split. Okay, carbon suit. I think we go Chaz with that. Just because he has less HP and defense than Alice, but as a base. Single enemy, we're going Vortex. Probably unnecessary, judging by how that went. Oh, Professor Holt! What on earth? An ancient curse? I can't believe someone is able to cast such a spell in this day and age. Isn't there any way to restore them? I've heard of a medicine called Hushline. Able to turn stone back into flesh. Where can we find it? I heard about it some time ago in a Motavian village, but we're talking some time ago. Which Motavian village? Molcom, it's far south of here. Let's get going. Let's see, you're going to Molcom. I'll make you a deal. Just 500 Meseta. You devil. Okay. So, we start to see this conspiracy unfolding. We've heard about Zio the Black Magician. We hear a little bit about magic and curses, but this is very much not a society of magic at this point. It's kind of a it's more technological. Our characters don't even, at this point, don't even have abilities called magic. They just have techniques and skills. So I think it's a really unique way to approach this style of game. It's a really unique setting where it still has this kind of medieval feel, but it's kind of with this developing technology. Phantasy Star is awesome. And this is, I think Phantasy Star 4 gets overshadowed because the SNES has all of these great RPGs, and this came out around the same time and is in that same tier as, you know, some of the best SNES games. I think we're gonna go ahead and break here. We'll pick back up next time heading to the Motavian village of Molcom. Hope you're enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.